Stonewalling is one of the narcissist's most powerful tactics in exerting control and domination over the abuse victim. They do this because when they stonewall, they are shutting down any access to them by means of ignoring you with their face, microexpressions, their body language, or straight up outright telling you, I do not want to talk about this anymore, and rejecting any attempt of you for reconciliation or to open the discussion up ever again. So in essence, stonewalling is a refusal to connect or to initiate any conversation or allow any conversation or communication or connection in a relationship. John Gottman from the Gottman Institute recognizes 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. In a biblical analogy, he cites that contempt, stonewalling, criticism, and defensiveness is the downfall of any relationship. One of the most harmful ways to decimate a relationship is stonewalling. As the name suggests, it's drawing up a wall in front of you between you and the person that is trying to reach you via communication, via empathy, via vulnerability, trying to form a human bond or connection. Stonewalling puts a barrier between you and that person so that no connection can be made, no resolution can be achieved, no link can be joined. It is impossible, impenetrable, and hard, crude, harsh, and will not allow anything of you to enter them. It's a defense mechanism, but is also meant to keep you out. In this way, they abuse you because once you are stonewalled, your mind goes into an obsessive compulsive state where all you can think about is ways, devices, and means to reach out to the stonewaller in order to get your needs met and make yourself heard. You are not able to penetrate their thick shield and defenses. So all you can do is try to devise, because the mind is a problem-solving machine. You're going to try and devise any way possible to reach them. And you will be obsessed and your mind will be consumed with these thoughts. In this way, they make themselves the center of your world. While they behave as if you don't exist, they ignore you, and this is the highest form of invalidation. Nothing says, I don't care about you, you mean nothing to me, your needs are not important to me, I couldn't care less or IDGAF about you than stonewalling does. So they stonewall via many means. One of them is shutting down, closing up, making sure their body language, their face doesn't look at you, no eye contact, no open body language. They'll either sit with their arms crossed, legs crossed, face another direction. If you walk past them, they will totally ignore you. They won't even act as if you exist. If you try to talk to them or start a conversation, they will completely ignore you and pretend like you're not even there, you're invisible. Or they will tell you, I am not going to talk about this any longer, or I will not entertain any further questions. These exact phrases were used against me by my ex-husband when he absolutely took full charge of stonewalling me, while I took full charge of accepting the responsibility of the relationship and reconciliation on my shoulders. But there was no way that that could ever be achieved if I was the only one with good intention. They will also ignore you while you speak, walk away, drive off, not reply to your emails, your WhatsApp messages, your text messages, your phone calls. Everything will be ignored. You can rest assured that this person will not give you time of day while they are stonewalling you, or they will not give you time of day for that topic. They will agree to speak on any other topic, discuss any other topic, but they refuse to speak or engage in the topic that concerns you, the topic that you are most hurt by, feel most compulsion to discuss, are most hurt by, and need answers for. They will refuse to give you this closure, this discussion, this vulnerable, open, the safe space for them to hold containment for you is absent. They refuse to hold any part of you, and that is how they stonewall you, causing you to spiral out of repair, become a nervous wreck, not know who to turn to, where to go, and try every which way and means possible as a means to and a ploy to get them to talk, to coax them and coerce them into a conversation, to lure them in. And they can smell all these traps from a mile away because they are experts at stonewalling and they've mastered all of the predictable responses that other people have used in the past to get them to engage in that discussion once more. This ensures that you are a nervous wreck who does not get your needs met, nor are you being heard, nor are your concerns valid, nor are you being seen, nor do you feel like you have any worth in this person's eyes. You also are left feeling rejected, dismissed, invalidated in every way. You are not permitted to bring up certain topics, and this means that the relationship to a degree is censored. There's a censorship on certain things that you can talk about, and there's other things which you cannot talk about. Don't go there, my ex used to say. Do not touch that door. Do not put your hand on it. Do not open that door. Do not even try. That was a warning issued to me about the places he's not willing to go in the conversation. In this way, the bonding and the connection hits a ceiling. There's a cap. There's a limit, a boundary. This boundary, if you do not go further than it or resolve it, will become an idol in the relationship within which you have to pour milk over it to worship it so that he suffices as it will not be disturbed and he feels accepted as he is for this issue not being spoken about so that he can feel safe that his idol is maintained while you, on the other hand, have to worship it without asking any questions. More often than not, the response of the empath or the codependent or the victimized person in the narcissistic relationship will capitulate. They're so desperate for connection and so extremely desirous of discussing this topic. And I'm sure most of the time it's a very important topic dear to the person's heart. And it's so important that they discuss this and get it off their chest. But with the relationship with the narcissist, there is no off the chest, only for him. He's the only one allowed in the relationship to get things off his chest, to completely barf and vomit his insides and intestines all over you, while you are not allowed to even open your mouth. If this isn't oppression in the highest form, I don't know what is. The only way that I would suggest dealing with stonewalling, to be honest, is stonewalling the stonewaller. So if they stonewall you, it's very counterintuitive and many people may deem my advice toxic. But I have tried and failed at everything except stonewalling him back. If this is not going to be important enough to you, as it is to me, and you know it's important to me, do not think that you will make me suffer by stonewalling me. I will just stonewall you right back and close the topic within myself, knowing that there will be no resolution for it. Fight with them. Give back as good as they give. Except they can't get as good as they give. But you, my dear, need to take charge of your emotions. Understand that your needs in this regard with the narcissist will never be met. Therefore, there is absolutely no point in discussing a topic that he's not even willing to open. So what do? Stonewall him right back. The relationship is already on a downward spiral. There is no success rate for a relationship with a narcissist unless you're willing to become an absolute and complete and utter zombie. In which case, there's no point in you watching this video because you've already made up your mind that you do not want help. For those of you that do want help, however, do continue watching. Gather your self-esteem, gather yourself so that when the time comes that the stonewaller wants to stonewall you and he's already using these abuse tactics against you, you already know, okay, she said there's no resolution. What else am I supposed to do? Just stonewall him right back. You may not get any response. Do not do it with hoping for an outcome. So do it because you have accepted within yourself that there's no resolution for this issue. Stonewall him right back and just leave it at that. Do not do it as a tactic or as a manipulation to get him to capitulate to your demands by stonewalling him and being toxic in return. You, however, are only stonewalling him because you've accepted that it's a dead end. There is no resolution for this. So this is you giving up on that. This will be a series of many long failures and giving up of many things of yourself. Because all you will reduce to in your relationship is a person who has given up and given up and given up and given up and conceded and conceded and conceded and relinquished and relinquished and relinquished until there is a reduction of you to nothingness. And the narcissist will not stop until you get there. Stay safe, my friends. And remember, you are not worth being stonewalled ever. Your needs matter. Your voice is to be heard. And anyone who loves you or cares about you or who is in your life needs to take that seriously and be all ears for you and provide a safe containment and a haven for you to express yourself. Otherwise, it's just not worth it. All my love. Assalamu alaikum and goodbye.